friends and welcome back to my channel. I asked you guys in a previous video, I believe it was my wrap-up of monitoring my TBR, if you wanted an entire TBR video, and some of you said yes, no one said no. Some of you said yes, not many people, but there were a few yes in the crowd. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So here we are today to count and show off my entire physical TBR, meaning all of my unread books on my bookshelves. I will not include books I have once read and have the intention of rereading. I'm just gonna count and consider all the unread books on my shelves. I know how many books I currently have on my TBR, so it's not gonna be a surprise, but this is a good starting point for my monitoring my physical TBR series. So this is what you can refer to. And also, if you see any book that I'm gonna show today where you're like, that book, you need to freaking prioritize that book, why haven't you read it yet? Let me know, and I might actually make an attempt to prioritize it. We have plenty of books to show and talk about today, so let's get to the video. I did quite a big reorganization of my books by the second half of 2025, so at least we're gonna have sort of a different order of the books than we've had previously, and I feel like that's good, right? Let's jump into it. Book number 1. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty. Alchemized by Senlin Yu. The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. City of Last Chances by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. The Favorites by Lane Fargo. He Who Drowned the World by Shelley Parker Chan. House of Leaves by Mark C. Danielewski. Iron Flame by Rebecca Jaros. James Bond, the authorized biography by John Pearson. Cult by Camilla Läckberg and Henrik Fexeus. Psyche and Eros by Luna McNamara. 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. 2 Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. The Will of the Many by James Islington. The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin. A Song of Raids and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. Angel Fall by Suzanne E. The Angel of Crows by Catherine Addison. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. The Book of the Most Precious Substance by Sarah Graham. Battle Royale by Kushun Takami. The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. Gideon the Ninth by Tasmin Muir. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. The Gunslinger by Stephen King. Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. Heaven Official's Blessing by Mo Jiang Tong Chu. Horrorsör by Grady Hendrix. Hypnotisören by Lars Kepler. Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. The Lights of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. Stolen Air by Holly Black. King of Scars and Rule of Wolves by Lee Bardugo. The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Malice by John Gwynne. The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. Master of Sorrows by Justin Call. The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. Metro 2033 by Dmitry Glushovsky. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong. The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Trader's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. 3 Sharded Souls by Mai Corland. 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This Savage Song and Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil by We Ishrob. Vita Nostra by Maria and Sergei Dyashenko. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley. Alone with You in the Eater by Olivia Blake. The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Merer. Atomic Habits by James Clear. The Authenticity Project by Claire Poley. Becky by Sarah May. Kane's Jawbone by Torque Vemada. The Catch by Amy Leah. Czech Folk Tales by Jake Jackson. Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. The Fires of Vengeance by Evan Winter. Fury Born by Claire Legrand. The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. Rouge by Mona Awad. The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. Dalagut Dream Department Store by Mie E. Disorientation by Elaine Xie Shu. Ear by Jan Prochaska. From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. Guild by Raven Kennedy. How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. King of Wrath by Anna Huang, Last Train to Memphis by Peter Guralnick, Like a House on Fire by Caroline Hulse, The Long Game by Elina Armas, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, Mile High by Liz Tomford, Mythos, the Greek Myths Retold by Stephen Fry, Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, One Day by David Nichols, 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, The People in the Trees by Hanya Yanagihara, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari, Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Kawai Strong Washburn, Shaggy Bane by Douglas Stewart, The Splendid City by Karen Hewler, Så blir du miljonär I hängmattan by Per H. Börjesson, Talking at Night by Claire Daverly, The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren, Welcome to the Hyunam Dang Bookshop by Hwang Borum, What You're Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama, Book 4, 5, 6 and 7 of the Harry Potter series, Arcanum Unbounded, and The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, Heavenly Tyrant by Chiran J. Cho. And I think that these are all of the books on these bookcases. Let's move on to the other one. Hello and welcome to my other bookcase, where I have some of my prettier books. Shall we? The Canterbury Tale by Geoffrey Chaucer, a retelling by Peter Ackroyd. Dracula by Bram Stoker, Emma by Jane Austen, Inferno by Dante, The Trial by Franz Kafka, The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, The Arabian Nights translated by Sir Richard Burton, Classic Tales of Science Fiction and Fantasy, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, The Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer, 7 novels by Jules Verne, A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk, To Cage a God by Elizabeth May, Hamjang Luck by Makana Yamamoto, The Shazad Air by Sarah Hassum, Last to Leave the Room by Caitlin Starling, The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. MacLean, The Principle of Moments by Esme Yikimei Pearson, The Red Scholar's Wake by Aliette de Bodard, Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia, The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero La Cruz, Witch King by Martha Wells. Let's move back to my living room to wrap up. Okay y'all, I believe that was it for my entire physical TBR. When I counted it previously, I got to 139 books, which matches my conclusion from monitoring my physical TBR. So I'm fairly certain, obviously we're gonna see when I edit this video, but I'm fairly certain that we have 139 books on my physical TBR. It's less than we started last year with. Last year I believe we started with 142 books. So slow progress. I realized that this video is actually quite good for me to make, even though it might be like a bit tedious with moving books back and forth, editing it with all the clipping and stuff. But I'm seeing so many books that I am excited about and that I have forgotten. I do think I have a fairly good idea of what's on my bookshelves, but when I do this and like actually have to say the names, I realize that, oh, many of these books have been on my shelves for ages now, like for many years. Many of these books I have actually made attempts to start. Like I saw that I had bookmarks in like both A Song of Rage and Ruin, A Magic Steeped in Poison. So I have like made attempts to start many of these. So this video is actually a really good way for me to remind myself about the books I own and make sure I actually do prioritize them. I feel very motivated to do like randomized books from my shelves or those types of videos now when planning TBRs. I already have a few set TBRs for both January and February, so perhaps after that. There are plenty of books here I would love to get to. Many fantasy series I have yet to start. This is a good exercise in order to realize a bit more what's on my bookcases. So that is good at least. Please let me know if there's any book you saw where you're like, why haven't you read this yet? You need to pick it up ASAP. Bully me into picking up some books. I feel like I might need that. Some of these are planned for the year. I have my 26 books in 2026 and stuff. But obviously there's there's over 100 other books for me to still get to. So yeah. So bully me into reading some books. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!